Hey guys, welcome to the first Pit Wall news video. There's a lot of drama surrounding next year's grid as well as other Formula 1 news, so sit back, hit that like button and subscribe. Without further ado, we did get news from Mexico that Checo's father was hospitalized after Checo's crash with Sainz at the end of the Baku Grand Prix. A statement from his press office to PlanetF1.com confirmed that he was rushed to hospital yesterday morning after suffering a pre-infarction. The incident occurred following his son's impact during the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in a collision with driver Carlos Sainz. Perez Garibay was found unconscious in the bathroom of his Mexico City home, where paramedics attended to provide immediate medical attention. He was rushed to a hospital in the capital, where he is currently under medical observation and in stable condition. We thank you for your expressions of support and affection. We are glad that Sergio's father is in stable condition and can't wait for him to show up at the Mexico City Grand Prix to support his son. We are wishing him a very speedy recovery. Moving on to this race week in Singapore, there will be a new DRS zone giving the circuit a total of 4 DRS zones. A 400-meter straight was made a part of the layout last season when the removal of turns 16 to 19 took place for construction work, with those corners having snaked around and underneath a grandstand beforehand, but that new straight will now have a DRS zone attached. It seems that we won't be going back to the old layout and instead be given another opportunity to see more overtakes, which I am definitely in favour of. As for the 2025 grid, some interesting reports have been brought to light. First of all is the news regarding Colapinto. There's no surprise that he won't be driving for Williams next year, since they have confirmed their lineup will consist of Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz, and Colapinto was promoted just to fill Logan's seat for the remainder of this year. Williams team principal James Vowles has said, "You have to let good drivers race," and is open to working with Audi to land Franco Colapinto a permanent Formula 1 drive in 2025. Colapinto was handed 9 rounds to impress at Formula 1 level. Colapinto had done just that so far, progressing from 18th on the grid to 12th in his F1 debut at Monza and scoring points last weekend in the Azerbaijan GP. In 2 races, he showed the world he's deserving of a place in Formula 1, said the Williams boss via motorsport.com. So I have always been a firm believer that you have to let good drivers race. So we'll see if we can find a way of working with Audi in that circumstance. That's what I was implying for next year. Getting that seat won't be easy considering Bottas and F2 star Bortoleto are fighting for that seat and Hülkenberg already has the other seat. Without a formal team principal this season, Aluni Bravi has shouldered the recent questions about their lineup, especially as the sport approaches the final 7 events of the season. He explained ahead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix that the driver decision is down to Binotto, who took on his role as Chief Operating and Chief Technical Officer at the beginning of August. We have said already in Monza that he's taking charge of all the dossiers and the drivers is of course one of the most important ones, Aluni Bravi said in a press conference in Baku. We are evaluating all the options to see which is the best balance between a short-term experience and medium, long-term, maybe young talent. There are potential candidates on both sides. Valtteri is a strong driver for our team. We know him very well. He has been with the team already for 3 years and of course he's one on top of our list. But there are other opportunities. We are just looking at all the pros and cons and Mattia will take a decision based not only on 2025 but also the medium-long-term strategy for the Audi F1 project. It's not about the deadline because of course we are not opportunistic, he said. Now that there is only 1 seat available, we want to take time. It's more to assess everything, every aspect, and to take a right decision. I think there is no rush, but we want to tick this box also soon, so I think it will be a matter of the next weeks. If you ask me, I'd love to have Bottas for another season, but there are many talented young rookies that deserve a shot at an F1 seat. We already have Antonelli, Doohan, and Behrman as rookies for next year. Although you can put an asterisk next to Behrman considering he's had 2 races this year, one with Ferrari in Jeddah and this past weekend in Baku. I think it would be exciting to have Colapinto, Bortoleto, or even Théo Pourchaire in an F1 car next year. And the last seat we will be talking about is the second RB seat. It appears Liam Lawson will be taking Daniel Ricciardo's RB seat and partnering with Yuki Tsunoda for next year. Lawson drove for a total of 5 races last year, during which he gave some impressive performances and even gave the team its best finishing position at the time. He showed the world that he deserved to be in Formula 1. Now he is getting what he deserves, a full-time seat in Formula 1. As the 2024 season comes to a close, reports have suggested that Red Bull wants Liam Lawson over Daniel Ricciardo in that VCARB seat. Just a few weeks back, Christian Horner and Helmut Marko both stated that Lawson will be on the grid next year, even if it is not in one of the Red Bull teams. This suggested that Lawson could be headed to kick Sauber next year to replace Bottas. But now that Sauber is looking at F2 championship contender Gabriel Bortoleto, Red Bull will need to accommodate Lawson in one of their own teams. Although Daniel comes with a lot of experience, it is important for Red Bull to invest in the future. Liam Lawson is the future of the franchise, and they need to prioritize him. During the Azerbaijan Grand Prix last weekend, Helmut Marko gave us a hint of when we can expect the announcement. He said we would have to wait till after the Singapore Grand Prix for an update on VCARB's second driver. Reports have suggested that it could be announced anytime between the Singapore GP and the United States GP. It appears that sooner rather than later, we will have an update on all of these open seats for next year's grid. So what do you guys think? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments if you think Lawson will take over Ricciardo's seat for next year. Since this is a new channel, I would appreciate it if you guys liked this video and subscribed or even shared it with your friends and family. Thank you so much and have a great night.